What's up, everybody? This is Kieran Reese, the O.C.G, the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and I guess right now commentator. I'm here to talk about somebody that's really fucking ruffled my feathers. Def Noodles. Now, I don't normally do opinion pieces on stuff other than games, but my father was encouraging me to do more stuff like this because I'm a very opinionated person that says you're going to sit here and talk to us about it. You should talk about it. So, this is me trying it out. Anyway, back to the problem with Def Noodles. When I first saw Def Noodles on YouTube, I didn't think much of him other than the fact that it looked really fucking weird to see somebody deadpan serious talking about something while wearing cat ears. But I mean, you do you, bro. And he didn't bother me. And there were some good points that he made. But then the longer I started seeing him on YouTube, and the more I started seeing him, others do pieces about him, the more I realized, wow, this guy is really kind of a chode. And pretty much, he is this bullshit wannabe journalist who wants you to take him seriously, but then anytime you try to apply any criticism to him in a serious manner, he applies the, well, it's just satire, bro. This is just an act. No, man. No, this is not a fucking act. Wearing cat ears does not make you fucking immune from criticism. And it's really hard to take it as satire when most of your pieces are now reporting shit seriously. Not to mention the fact that he has repeatedly dismissed people and ruined their fucking lives, or helped to ruin their lives, by listing false and incorrect information. Like the time he tried to say that one creator raped this chick, when in all actuality, what happened, even by the woman's own admission, was he fucked her and then didn't hang out there the next day. Is that great? No. I'm not a hit it and quit it type. But you can't go around saying that one night stand is fucking rape, dude. And he literally made it sound like that and clickbaited the fuck out of an audience and caused a shit ton of negative publicity for this man. Which is terrible. Like, you could take him to fucking court for this. And it's just like, I remember not too long ago, this one dude made a YouTube video about him. And he lost his fucking mind. It was only a video of mild criticism. But holy shit, he was talking about, well, I don't know if I can do this anymore, and I'm really down, guys. And first he was being a sympathy whore and constantly bitching, about, like, oh, I don't understand why they don't like me. And then he went and started brigading his fucking fan base to start, harassing this dude just because he fucking critiqued him. Like, what are you doing? You're a grown man in your 30s and you're on the fucking internet. Criticism is the name of the game. If you can't take criticism, then what the fuck are you doing online? What the fuck are you doing in YouTube commentary, man? What are you doing? Nothing really good. And I mean, this man wants the validation of being a valid reporter. He wants you to take him fucking seriously, man. He's the fucking Walter Cronkite of cat-wearing ass hats. But how dare you criticize him and, oh, no, it's just satire, bro. You just don't get it. It's satire. Man, it's a meta-performance piece. Art, man, I'm a visionary. No. Just no. You suck. Like, his attempted humor is not good, his sources are not good, on just about every conceivable level, you could do this. And you know what, man? If your commentary was shit, alright. It's just one of those situations where you're like, nah, I'm just not gonna watch, It's the fact that he has brigaded his fans to harass people that criticize him. It's the fact that he has misrepresented information and potentially fucking hurt people and hurt their lives and careers. It's the fact that when called out for this, he doubled down and kept misreporting. He is willing to say whatever nasty clickbait shit he wants to say if it means you watch his video, even if it hurts or fucking ruins someone's life. He's a fucking tornado. He's a fucking accident waiting to happen. And on a good day, he's about a fucking cunt's hair away from being sued for slander. Or is it libel? I'm pretty sure it's slander when you say it, and it's libel if you write it. Either way, a lot of the shit he said is fucking legitimately able to be sued for, and it is honestly a miracle he has not already been sued. But he's getting there. And I know he makes a good deal of money from the YouTube commentary game, but I'm pretty sure a fucking huge litigation is gonna crumble his shit. And honestly, doing a case against Deaf Noodles for slander or defamation is the fucking textbook definition of open and shut. Like, he said that somebody fucking raped someone, and they didn't. He said that to his audience. He caused them duress. He hurt their YouTube channel, which causes them income, and it's all on public record. It's a very clear case of defamation and slander. One of the clearest cut cases I've ever seen, and it's kind of hilarious. Just how good it is, you know? And I mean, obviously, he's got to go for the clicks and the clout. You know, he was originally a stand-up comedian, and people thought his shit was garbage. And I've seen some of his stand-up from other YouTubers, like Tipster. Gotta love Tipster. Gotta give a shout-out to Tipster. And his stand-up is fucking trash. And he's one of those guys who thinks, oh, no, it's not funny. It is funny, man. You just don't get it. Man, I'm a fucking visionary. I'm the Dave Chappelle of weeaboo cat-wearing assholes. And, you know, he flies this flag of SJW recognition. He flies this flag of, I'm fighting for social justice. But then he goes and does stuff that is so fucking harmful to people's lives that shows that he really doesn't care about it, which I can honestly say about the majority of keyboard warriors. They talk a big game, they talk about, oh, you can't do this, it's wrong. But then when it actually comes to, you know, act on their shit and help people, they're nowhere to be found. Or when they actually wind up hurting people more than they help. Oh, man, I mean, the message was good. And, you know, if he made a mistake once, okay, if he owned up to it, okay. But he didn't. He has not apologized for a goddamn thing. He is not acquiesced. He has not shown any sign of humility or empathy or, yo, I fucked up, I got these facts wrong. And in many of those situations, you can't even really apply that you fucked up, okay? Because there are certain times you miss a source or you get a misleading piece of information. But taking a story that a woman made about being used for sex by somebody, about him hitting it and quitting it, and then taking that and turning it into rape is not a mistake. It is you willingly and deliberately misleading people for fucking clickbait because you know that accusing a big creator of that is going to get the clicks. It is you deliberately setting fire to someone's life for shiggles. Shits and giggles. And many of the things he's done, he knows what he's done, and even when he acquiesces, it's done in the shittiest, most passive-aggressive, awful way. Like, he took down the thing about the rape because, according to him, some of my fans expressed concern at the legitimacy of it. No, motherfucker, nobody expressed concern at the legitimacy of it, like, is the source good? People were literally saying, if you watch that TikTok, that's not what she's saying. There's not a source because you pulled it out of your ass. You know, maybe you should be fucking Houdini because you're just pulling shit out of the hat, man. Oh, you found something you're finally good at, you know? You're not good at commentary. You're not good at comedy. But you're fucking great at ruining someone's life, man. As long as it gets you the clout, as long as it gets people to want to scratch your little tiny cat ears, man. Ugh. And, you know, it's indicative of the culture of today where somebody will just believe somebody with no question. You know, what happened to the saying, trust but verify? Do your research. Look into it. Instead, you have fucking people like Deaf Noodles that can so easily do this because people will just blindly believe whatever somebody fucking tells them. And that's what upsets me. You know, it's not saying don't believe anybody. It's just saying that, you know, if you're curious about something, don't just take somebody's word as gospel. Look into it yourself and come up with your own goddamn conclusions. You have a phone. The internet is right there. Well, I don't know the truth of the matter. Look into it. You know, there used to be a time when ignorance could be ignored. When somebody could be of a poor intelligence, man. But now you have the internet, the world's largest repository of data, a storage of knowledge greater than the 10 libraries of Alexandria put together. You have no excuse. You are one Google search away from finding the answers. Do some research. You know, and it really is an issue where it's both of them, because Def Noodles doing slander is slander. But he wouldn't have gotten away with this so easily if people just didn't blindly fucking believe everything he said. You know? And I don't want you to blindly believe me. Everything I've said has been backed up and is verifiable. Tipster, once again, giving a shout out to Tipster. He doesn't even know who I am, but he's fucking cool. He has videos where he shows the guy's full of shit. Shows the logs, shows that. I don't have the video editing software to do that, but you can look into it and see the allegations, okay? The woman herself didn't even say that he raped her. The woman said that he fucked her and then didn't call her the next morning. Ghosted her. By her own admission, he didn't do that. So he wasn't inferring something. He was literally pulling something out that wasn't there. But if people just did a little bit more research and didn't listen to people on YouTube like they were the gospel, then they would know this, you know? I understand liking YouTubers. I love YouTubers. Decker Shadow, Deus Deacon, Optimus is really good. And I'm sure Optimus would agree with me. Trust, but verify. Stop just blindly believing what you see. Especially when the answers are so close at hand. You know? And Dev Needles wants you to take him as this hard-hitting journalist, man, but he can't even do the barest of research. And in other cases, he willingly went against the evidence that was there to present his own fucking shitty case. But that's because Def Noodles doesn't care about helping people. He doesn't care about the community. He doesn't care about making the world a better place. He wants your money, and he wants your attention, and he wants the fucking clout. He wants to feel important. And if he has to step on a billion other people to do it, well, fuck, man. Haters gonna hate. Because that's what he says, man. You critique him. And just recently, he had a whole issue with these fucking journalists. These journalists, which, this just goes to show you the fact that they're journalists, when they're not really, because they believe Def Noodles without question, you know, but they were helping him. They were verifying his sources. They were running his shit like it was fact. And it gave him a shit ton of views, a shit ton of growth. It was helping his fucking channel grow. These people were sitting there giving him a pat on the head and saying good boy and giving him all these fucking clicks. And they didn't even criticize him. They mentioned the critique of him, and he immediately ghosted him. This is a man that is so fucking sensitive, that is so ass-chapped, that he will turn on anyone at the slightest hint of criticism. I mean, I heard of snowflakes, but wow. Just wow, dude. When you're making stories that affect people's lives, when you're writing about content creators that hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people love, you're gonna get fucking criticism. Now, I'm not talking about blindly hating somebody. I'm talking about constructive criticism. If you're just like, well, fuck you, you talked about my creator, die. Then no, I can't side with you, you suck. But a lot of these people weren't attacking Def Noodles. And if they were doing it for legitimate reasons. Like, hey, dude, where's your sources? Hey, dude, this is literally not what the chick who made this TikTok said. What are you talking about? That's valid critique. And he walks around acting like his shit doesn't stink while he's pouring gasoline and lighting matches over these people's lives. I am not about censorship. I'm just about the most anti-fucking censorship person you will ever meet. And I am not about silencing people. I believe in freedom of expression. But when you are knowingly and willingly hurting people's lives, sometimes irreparably tarnishing their reputation, all for a few measly internet clicks, you've got to be stopped. Imagine doing your damnedest to make a fucking living on YouTube, being one of the few people that makes it. After all, less than 1% of 1% of people on YouTube actually fucking make it. And then having some asshat in cat noodles, a wannabe Walter Cronkite who's obsessed with Hello Kitty, come along and ruin your life based on a clickbait 15-minute video that has no verifiable sources and outright makes up shit. Imagine how that would feel to have Weeboo the person critique your whole existence, and wrongly. It's awful. I was falsely accused of sexual allegations. I'm not going to go into that because that is definitely a story for another time. But suffice it to say, I was accused by a woman of sexual shit I didn't do, and then I was later cleared. They found me on camera in the middle of a public space not doing what she said I did. And once they saw me on camera, I was completely exonerated. But it shamed me and humiliated me. Over a year of my life, I had people thinking I was some kind of creep until the proof came through, and I will never forget it. So this is a personal issue for me. It's terrible. You know, people will never forget this. Even now that I've been exonerated, it's been years, people will still try to bring up the shit that happened. Okay, man? It never truly goes away, and I was lucky. Some people wound up in fucking prison. So I will absolutely not tolerate any kind of asshole like fucking Deaf Noodles sitting there and contributing to this fucking problem. And not to mention the fact that when you falsely accuse somebody of this shit, that it makes it that much harder for people who actually were raped, women who actually were sexually assaulted, so you just make the problem harder on every conceivable level just so you can get a clout and get a, oh, data boy from the internet, man, grow up. I genuinely hope that somebody sues this guy for slander or libel or both and defamation of character because he is flagrantly doing it and he is not showing any signs of stopping. He's a whiny, temperamental, weeboo crybaby who can't take the slightest bit of critique. And if people let him, and people keep giving him validation, he's going to keep ruining lives. He's a fucking whirlwind of destruction, toggled with cat ears. Not to mention the fact that I'm a firm believer in letting your actions define you and letting those stand out. Meanwhile, all he does that stands out is cat ears, something cosmetic. Great, you're the cosplayer of the fucking commentary community. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter. If you like this video, I would appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed. I would also appreciate if you shared the word about this. Because, honestly speaking, it needs more attention. And if you like this commentary video, tell me and I'll make more. I'm Kieran Reese, the O.C.G., the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and I am out. Have a great day.